Morning, folks. I hope you're well. So, we're a week away from the big rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury for the, well, it's not for the undisputed heavyweight title anymore, is it? Because obviously the IBF title was taken off Usyk. And you've got Kubrat Pulev running around claiming to be the WBA heavyweight champion. So anyway, but for the lineal title, we all know who the true heavyweight champion of the world is, undisputed, is. It's Oleksandr Usyk as we speak. So next week we've got that fight. And I was just thinking, this undercard is very, very underwhelming, and it seems to be getting more and more underwhelming by the day. Dennis McCann was supposed to fight Peter McGrail next week, and he has just tested positive, or sorry, VADA have found that he returned an adverse finding in a drug test. So that fight has been pulled. That was one of the fights I was looking forward to. The other one, when the card was announced that I was looking forward to, was Sergey Boachuk against Ismail Madrimov. I was really looking forward to that one. Well, obviously Madrimov, weeks back, pulled out with an illness. So Ishmael Davis has stepped in, and as we recall back in September, he stepped in at late notice to fight Josh Kelly on the undercard of Dubois Joshua, and fair play to him. Yeah, this is the second time in a few months that he's stepped forward to at late notice. So fair enough. We'll see how that one goes. That fight has a little bit of potential, I think, to be relatively entertaining. But let's just look at the rest of the undercard. Isaac Lowe, Lee McGregor. Yeah, it's all right. No worries. Johnny Fisher against Dave Allen. It could be one of two things. It could be a fucking load of shit, or it could be an exciting shootout, but we'll have to see. Moses Atalma against Dempsey McKean. Now, I am actually quite intrigued by that one. This is probably the biggest step up so far in the young career of Moses Atalma. Obviously, it seems to be the plan down the road is to try and break Mike Tyson's record as the youngest heavyweight champion of the world in history. Obviously, that window is now closing slowly. Gradually as the year's going on, so we'll see. That one I am actually intrigued by, but aside from the main event, I'm finding this card very, very disappointing, especially by Saudi Arabian standards. You know, we've been spoiled as fight fans the past couple of years. We've really been spoiled with stacked cards, and we've got one coming up in February next year. We've been extremely, extremely spoiled, and this one is a bit of a letdown, I will say. Bit of a fart in church, I won't lie, in my opinion. I will watch it, of course I will watch it. I mean, I love boxing, I consume all boxing. But, yeah, it's not the best undercard. And again, I think, as I said, I put that down to we've been spoiled the last couple of years with these massive undercards on these big shows in Saudi Arabia, or shows promoted by Saudi Arabia. So yeah, Dennis McCann thing. Again, I'm not shocked anymore when guys and girls test positive for things, or adverse findings are found, or whatever. It's a dirty sport. All sport is dirty. It's not just boxing. All sport is dirty. It's full of drugs. It's full of cheats. It's full of corruption. They're all trying to get an advantage over an opponent, and unfortunately they all get, not all, but majority of them get dragged into it. It's just a question of you get caught. Oh, excuse me. Be interesting to see what the actual substance is down the line. I mean, it could be cross contamination, it could be a drug, it could be this. Oh, excuse me, it could be that. We'll have to see. But yeah, nothing shocks me anymore when it comes out. Yeah, so there you go. Could it be castrated wild boar meat? Could it be eggs? Who the fuck knows? Yeah, we've heard it all before. Oh, that's gone out. Never mind. I'll have to relight that in a minute. Back to the main event though. Usyk versus Fury. Now, I said a few weeks ago, that I think that Usyk will win again. Potentially stop him late, maybe. Who the fuck knows? And some people have taken this as, and I've said it to a few friends of mine, that I think Oleksandr Usyk will win again. However, a few people have said to me, they think, "Oh, you're just hating on Fury, or hating, you're not. You've got no faith in Fury." Look, I've said Fury can win. He can win. It's just a question of if he will. We don't know what his mental state's like. He'd never lost before, professionally. He has now. We know he's fragile mentally. He's got his issues. Hey, you know, I suffer with depression from time to time. I'm not. It's not a knock on the guy, but he is mentally fragile. He stayed away from Usyk for a couple of years, because he didn't want. It was only because that big bag of money was dropped in front of him that he took the Usyk fight. Let's all be honest with each other. You know, he would have quite happily rode out the rest of his career fighting the Francis Ngannou's, which he thought was going to be an easy fight. Let's not forget that. He walked in there out of shape, thinking it was going to be a piece of piss, and he nearly got exposed. And then, of course, he lost his next fight against Usyk. Now, there is one concern of mine. It was a concern in the last fight in May, actually. I was convinced that they were going to fuck Oleksandr Usyk out of the titles. Because Turki Al-Sheikh, as much as good as he's done for boxing, he has a real fucking hard-on for Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. And he seems determined to put that fight on. And when they started reading the cards out in May, and they said it was a split decision, I thought to myself, because I had Usyk winning 116, 111 on the night. And I thought to myself, they're going to fuck him. They're going to fuck Usyk out of the title, and they're going to make Fury versus AJ. But luckily, the right man got the decision, in my opinion. Oleksandr Usyk got his hand raised. Brilliant. And then Tyson Fury made his bullshit excuse that the only reason Usyk got it was because of the war in Ukraine and all this stuff, which is absolute fucking nonsense, and it's a disgraceful comment to make. But I've said that before. I'm not going to go over it again. Now, people say, "Oh, you hate Fury. You're just a hater." No, I don't particularly like Fury. I've said this all along. I don't particularly like the guy. I think he's a scumbag. He's a liar. He has a history of lying. I'm not going to go all into it now. I've done other videos on it in the past. I'm not the only one. Lots of people have done videos about the guy. He's a liar. He's a scumbag. He's a schemer. He's a narcissist. I think he personally suffers from a narcissistic personality disorder. He has several of the check marks to qualify for that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now, as I was saying, can he win? Can Fury win? Of course he can. If he knocks out the bullshit posing and waving his arms around and showing off, clowning around, and gets to work early, he can build up points and win that. And if he keeps hammering that body of Usyk's, then yeah, we know Usyk doesn't like it to the body. No boxer likes it to the body. And Fury was being effective to the body, in those middle rounds. He was troubling Usyk in that last fight. But Usyk is a different animal. I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time or anything like that. I'm not kissing his ass, riding his dick or anything like that. But Oleksandr Usyk will adjust to this fight. He has been training. He's never out of shape. He doesn't drink, as far as I know. Certainly doesn't do drugs, as far as I'm talking about Class A's or anything like that. Cocaine, marijuana, or anything like that. The guy's a pro through and through. We know Usyk has had his issue. Fury has had his issues with drugs, drink. That was that video that surfaced earlier this year of him being carried out of a nightclub because he was off his fucking tits. He has problems with weight. His weight fluctuates all the time. And I think all of it, and his body's breaking down. He's not looked after himself. And the frustrating thing with Fury is, whether you like him or not, he is a fantastic athlete. He's a fantastic fighter. When he's in shape and he's mentally there, he could have been one of the best of all time. But he sabotaged his own career. I've been through all this on other videos. I'm not the only one. Other people have said he sabotaged it. He sabotaged his own career with the bullshit, the shenanigans, the pulling out of fights, the not wanting to fight, the demanding more money, the fucking about, the fiddling around, retiring and then unretiring, and making bets with Piers Morgan, £1 million bets with Piers Morgan that he's going to retire and you'll never see him in the ring again, and then he comes back 6 months later or whatever. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me that he's done this to himself. And then, the public has gradually turned on the guy over the last couple of years because the veil is slipping. We all know, and his fucking dad doesn't know. His dad's a scumbag. His brothers are scumbags. They act like scumbags. The only one I've ever had respect for is Peter Fury. He seems like a decent human being. Huey Fury, he doesn't really do a lot, apart from not fighting. That's the only thing that annoys me with him. Pulling out of fights and things like that. He's been very inactive. And yeah, it's just one of those things, So I will stand here now. I could be wrong. In just over a week's time, I could be standing here going, "Wow, got that fucking wrong, didn't I?" Fury won. And if Fury wins, great. I won't be mad. I won't be butthurt like so many people get on here. When they make a prediction and they get it fucking wrong. Excuse me, I've got the start of a cold, so I do apologise for the nose full of snot. And if I'm wrong, that's great. Fine. It's boxing. It's exciting. You can't get it right all the time. I get them wrong all the fucking time. Who cares? Who gives a shit? You might think I'm talking about my arse. You might agree with me. That doesn't bother me. We're all entitled to an opinion. We've all seen different things. But my concern is they're going to fuck Usyk out of the title to make a third fight or to make the Fury AJ fight. If it's a bit close, I think Fury could. If it's too close, Fury will get it because Turkey Al-Sheikh seems to have a fucking hard-on for Fury, and he's desperate to make Fury versus AJ, and it'll be even sweeter if there's belts involved. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, Usyk's been against the establishment for a while now. Every one of his fights down at cruiserweight, his big title fights, were away from home against the home fighter most of the time. So I've got a horrible feeling there's going to be some shenanigans. If Fury wins it on points or by knockout, fair play. Whatever. You can't dispute that. That's fine. But I've got a horrible feeling they're going to fuck Usyk out the title if it's close, or if he's in a slight bit of trouble, the referee's going to jump in. Maybe I'm just fucking cynical. I've been around this sport for 34 years, nearly 35 years, and I've been following it. I've been around it. I've seen it all. It's a murky, corrupt, bullshit business at times. And yeah, it wouldn't shock me. But we'll see. We'll see. But I just hope it's a fucking good fight. I don't give a shit really who wins. I just hope it's a fucking good fight. I really want it to be a good fight. I mean, the first fight was good. I hope it's just as good and it lives up to it. If it warrants a third fight, fine. Make a third fight if it needs it. But don't just do it for the sake of doing it. Don't make a trilogy just for the sake of it. Because it holds the division up. I want the division to move on. I want a dominant champion or to go on and fight different opponents rather than being stuck in the same fucking feud for a year or two while negotiations go on or bullshit goes on. Right, that's enough out of me. I've ranted enough this morning. I've just finished the night shift. This is why I look like shit. I always look like shit when I do these videos because I'm just about to start a night shift or I've just finished one. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, take care, folks. I'll speak to you soon, and I hope you're all well. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening to me, because I appreciate it. I never thought I'd get anybody want to listen to me rant and rave about boxing, but you guys who've subscribed to me obviously do. I must be doing something right in your eyes. Whether you agree with me or not, that's fine. We're all entitled to an opinion. Put your comments below if you really want to discuss it. Keep it respectful, though, guys. I'm not a snowflake or anything like that, but if I see shouty caps or anything like that, I don't bother reading it, to be honest. We can have a friendly discussion, This is what boxing's all about. This is about bringing people together. We all love the sport. We should all get on, whether or not we agree with each other. Anyway, enough out of me. Take care, folks. I'll speak to you soon. Love you all. Thank you very much.